FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
I'm no longer interested in what specifically it is that makes Christians Christians, or Jews Jews, or Muslims Muslim. That doesn't interest me anymore. And I think in that sense that the whole hope that we're going to have a dialogue between the Abrahamic faiths and that dialogue is going to get us back together, I think it's a false hope. I think it's a false hope because there's something deeper than that, and that we have to find the story which is everybody's story. Everybody's story. Now, how I approach this is to first of all look at the history of religions and say, what went wrong? Why do we have so much bad religion? And if you look at the evolution of religion, you realize that all of the major religions go through 5 different stages of evolution. The first is a lone individual, almost always a man, goes out in the desert. He goes out and he has some kind of utterly transforming experience of the sacred, experience of the holy, where that person becomes luminous. This happened to Moses, it happened to Jesus, it happened to Confucius, it happened to the Buddha, all of them. So that phenomenon that somebody has a primary experience of the holy, of the primal experience of the presence of the holy here and now. Symbolized in something like Moses' burning bush is obviously a metaphor for suddenly seeing ordinary reality as extraordinary. Same as William Blake. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night, what immortal hand or eye has shaped thy fearful symmetry? Well, so, he's looking at a tiger, and he's saying, wait a minute, there's a certain way of looking at things that you see them as sacred. You find yourself in the presence of the sacred, and it may be the object that carries that sense of the sacred. It may be a tree, it may be a tiger, it may be another person, it may be a starry skies above, like Kant said, or the moral law being. It can be anything. Anything can trigger that. We are in a world where at any moment you can make the transition between a sacred and a secular way of seeing things. So the first thing then is this experience, primary experience of the holy. The second thing is a group of disciples are so captivated by this luminous person, this liberated person, that they begin to have a fellowship around this primal figure. And they then begin to mythologize that figure. They begin to make that man usually more than human. Oh, he was born of a virgin. Oh, he can walk on the water. Oh, when he speaks, thunder comes out of the sky. They mythologize it. They begin to create that. The third thing is then that they begin, after mythologizing this, to begin to create a theology, a systematic theology about it. Well, look, we have to think about this systematically. What does it imply that Jesus could walk along the water, or that Moses brings down the tablets, or that Buddha is enlightened under the bo tree? What does that imply? So you create that. The fourth thing then is obviously you create an institution. You have to have somebody or some institution that holds that truth and communicates that truth. So you have the creation of churches and synagogues and mosques and all of the institutional rigmarole that goes with religion. And then the fifth stage and the final one is when the religious institutions begin to realize that they're in some kind of a struggle with secular institutions. And so they better go for power and empire also. So you have American Christian patriots who want the new American century, and they identify the flag, God and the flag. Or you have Muslims who want to create a new caliphate, a worldwide, a global Islamic order. Now, what I say is that this is where religion begins to go wrong. That we identify religion for the most part with these four things. with the mythology, with the theology, with the institution, with the empire that's created by that. But the essence of religion is none of those things. The essence of religion is this. The essence of religion is a series of primal experiences which belong to us only because we are born human and we share the human condition.